All right, I wanted to capture this moment because these are the days and the moments that I don't really want to talk. I don't really want to capture, but I feel like if I capture this, it could be beneficial for someone or could help someone down the line if it is because what I'm going through and you see me at where I am and you don't see these moments, and these are the most challenging moments to capture because you really don't feel like it. But today I've had like I don't think until I was 25 when I was so like first getting sober, I didn't have this level of intensity in my body before. And today I have, it's been previous, it's been about over a month now, on and off. My system, I've shot my system twice. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, I've, the energy and emotion in my chest has been gone to such heights, and the block on communication hasn't been able to come up. I feel so much more than what can come out, and it keeps not being heard, which causes my chest to fill up even more. Um, and uh, yeah, it's been a consistent communication with someone that I'm connected to, and it's been extremely challenging. And so today was like I went in the float tank, and on Saturday I had a float, and it was one of the most powerful floats of my entire life. Now, bear in mind how much I floated, but yeah, this was one of the most powerful floats. And I transmuted this energy. This is something that at some point, if you'd love to hear about it, I'd love to express it to you. But essentially, I'll go deeper into it in another time, but just to briefly go over it, what you do is essentially when you feel this charged emotion, you bring all the emotion up and out your pineal gland, and imagine like a light bulb, how it like shoots particle everywhere. Well, when you have that intense let's say so-called negative emotion, or anger, you can channel it through your pineal gland, and basically what it does is it activates your manifestations. So I've never done this technique in the float tank, and I did it on Saturday. And I've done this technique before, but I've never been in that state to that height in the tank before. But obviously, what I'm navigating right now is creating me to go into those places. Now, bear in mind, I take full responsibility for everything that I'm creating. I take full responsibility for my actions, my emotions, and what I'm creating, and the relationships that I'm around. And I activated that manifestation in the float tank, and it's just been a series of happenings. I mean, you could see I got bandaged up on my back yesterday from the surf. At the same time, I got access to money that I've not had or even known that it was there. And then what else? Today, basically, I finished my engagement with someone that I was with, and today, like, I didn't know what to do, so I'm like trying to follow my intuition. And like when you're in this high emotion, it can be really challenging, right? And it's like tough to really describe sometimes. But I want to show you, this is me drunk at a bar right now. So before in life, like, I either would smoke a lot of weed, I would take drugs, or I would go out and party. That was my biggest thing, to go blow off all this energy that was inside me. I'd go and party, I'd go to nightclubs, and I just get really unconscious, and I drink as much as possible. But something that helps me escape right now, so I'm still escaping. Today I'm escaping what I'm experiencing, but I'm consciously aware of it. That's what's nice about the awarenesses. So when you can like consciously escape. So you can see down there, I have my granola and my banana chips, and then a movie. But thankfully, this movie really helps me. It's a movie called Men Who Stare at Goats, because it talks about the power of the mind and what you can do with that power, and using it for good, and using it for peace. And so what I'm experiencing right now is actually extremely positive down the line. So right now, in every negative situation, there's always a positive. And when these shifting moments happen, it's actually a celebration. It's a It's a moment where true change is coming. But what is happening, at least in my experience right now, is I can cognitively understand these concepts, but it's about teaching my body the concepts and my energy the concepts. And so I can feel torn in between my old self, which is wanting to be a victim right now, and my new self going like, this is incredible, this is the best experience, I'm gonna look back at this, is gonna be amazing. And I have literally both feelings in my body right now. So what I'm choosing to do is focus on the latter of what I've said here. But a lot of us with social media and expression, even we only want to express when something good happens. Generally speaking, like, we feel compelled to express, but I want to express in this moment and capture it while I'm in the low, while I'm in literally the turmoil of what I am in, and show you me drunk. This is my, honestly, like, this is my escapism. So if people have their escapisms, I don't judge no one, because man, my escapisms just changed. This is me consciously escaping. I know, I'm like, it was my thought, I'm like, I need to go consciously escape. And so I just choose to escape this way, which is like, a granola bowl and some banana chips and watching a conscious movie is a pretty good escape. But it's still escape. It's no different than the guy going and doing drugs, the guy or the girl, going to the bar or whatever, smoking a cigarette, whatever. This is my cigarette right now, and I'm proud of it, man. I really am. I'm proud of this cigarette because, man, this, like, the consequence, because everything is cause and effect, right? So the consequence of this isn't really that big of a deal. Like, I'm gonna feel like, obviously not the greatest after eating that, but it's still pretty healthy. I feel good watching this movie, but this is me drunk at the bar right now, and I wanted you to join me in this experience so that you can see that, like, this is how I navigate my lows. And look at that, staring. I mean, you can't really maybe see, but I'm staring at the ocean right now, right? And the problems, doesn't matter if you're on a tropical island, doesn't matter if you're in a city, doesn't matter if you're in a forest. They're all going to be with you wherever you go. So these places, nice stuff, having nice things, you're still going to have whatever you're going to have. So the real stuff is in here, which is what I'm navigating right now. And you may be sitting there thinking like, oh, if I was there, or if I was on a tropical island, all my problems would be solved. But you go wherever you go. And so that's why I fulfilled that fantasy of sitting on a tropical island in paradise, so that now the only thing left to do is to be in the now and work on being in the now. Because when I was in all these other countries, not in tropical paradises, I'd always used to fantasize about being there. But the question I want to leave with you in this contemplation is, if you're on the tropical island, what's your fantasy now? And that's to be in the moment and navigate what I'm navigating. But I'll give you a cheers to me being drunk at the bar right now. This is my escapism, and thank you for tuning in with this moment with me. I wanted to capture it and share it. I don't know when this will be posted, or if it ever will. But I wanted to share this with you and take you along on a low moment for me. I don't get to share these too often.